we're going to take a look at how to create these little fave icons, the little icons you see in your browser be to the left of the URL. Instead of seeing the generic Explorer or Safari, whatever you're in, you can create your own. So the first place you want to go to is this website right here, telegraphics.com.au/SW for free software, or software. One of the things they have is this right here is shareware, donationware. It's the ICO Windows icon format, and that's going to be necessary for this to work. So you download whatever version you wish, pay your $5 donation, well worth it to be able to do this. And once you've done that, then you can go back to install it in the plugins folder. I'll show you what it looks like. Here's the plugin that you download, and you drag that into the Photoshop plugins folder and then restart the application. Once you've done that back in Photoshop, then you can create a new document or take an existing one. We're going to create a new one. Now the size you need is 16 pixels by 16 pixels, but needless to say it would be pretty hard to work at that size. You might want to use a multiple of that, like 64 by 64 or 128 by 128, something like that, and you can always shrink it down. So we're going to use a very simple example. Obviously you could get as complicated as you wanted, but basically we're just going to say this is the area that I'm going to eventually use, and I'm going to simply, for our purposes, instead of going and getting a logo, I'm just going to use one of the built-in custom shapes. We'll just pick some color, just go with a darker green, I suppose, and then pick the color or the shape we want. Again, this could be your logo that you're dragging and dropping or whatever. I'm just going to use one of these because it's easy to show, built right in. And I'm just going to hold down the Shift key, of course, to make sure that I make a nice proportional image, taking up as much of it as I possibly can. Then at this point we simply change the image size. So notice once you're finished with your actual design, you bring it in, and we're going to change the size down to 16 pixels by 16 pixels. Now because we're going down pretty small, you may want to consider changing this to bicubic sharper, just so it makes the edges a little bit sharper. And then we got our little tiny icon. Then the last step is simply save as. Now what should happen is the plugin that we brought up before should be in here. Here it is right here, ICO Windows icon format, and you have to call it Fave Icon. That's the name that it uses. So you save it in that format, and then you upload that file to your server in exactly the same folder as your main level, like your index.html, etc., and then that little icon will appear. So it's very simple. That's how you do it. Just make sure you download that donationware, pay your $5. It's well worth it, because then you can start using those fave icons all over the place. Hey, I'm Dave Cross. Hope you can see me okay in this little tiny 16 by 16 pixel view from back there. But anyway, that's my fave icon. We'll see you next time.